yeah, there might be some water on the roofs. So it might come in. If it does, we've got a little bit of paper towel there. You can just hold on to it, yeah. So yeah, welcome to Charlottetown, Prince Edward Island, and happy Canada Day. It is hands down my favorite holiday of them all, yeah. I like it even better than my birthday. Welcome to Charlottetown. Like I said, now here at BEI, we are Canada's smallest province, both by size and by population. So we have a population of about 150-ish thousand people here at BEI. So not too bad, not too bad. Yeah, can you guys like hear me? Awesome. And from tip to tip, it's 224 kilometers. So that'll probably take you about 3, maybe 3.5 hours to drive tip to tip. That is, of course, if you're going the speed limit. My dad likes to think it takes an hour and a half to drive tip to tip. I never want to be with her because I think it'd be a little bit dangerous. Now we're just getting turned on this street called Great George Street. And Great George Street is actually one of only 2 national historic streets in all of Canada. The only other one is Park Street in Ottawa. Now this is a national historic street because this is the street that the Fathers of Confederation walked up to get their province out. You guys can see behind me there. And as for the 1864 Charlottetown Conference, the conference that started Canada, well, I'll tell you guys all about that a bit later once we're on the water. First off, you guys see anybody you're walking today and you feel like giving them a wave, go for it. You're 100% guaranteed to get a wave back. The only reason you win is if they just didn't see you or if they're not from PEI. Now, on our left here, nice big church and an album cover shot happening. So they're in front of St. Dunstan's Basilica. The spires of St. Dunstan's actually reach the tallest point in the sky in all of Charlottetown. We'll get a better view of that once we're in the water. Right here we're going to see Province House. Province House was the point of the 1864 Charlottetown Conference. It's also usually where our provincial government sits. Some guys in the middle of the road here. Excuse me!
Looks rough right now.
Cool.
Sorry.
So yeah, obviously the government is sitting there right now because it's just going under some construction. So the government's sitting next door in this building here called the Honorable George Coles Building. Right here, this building, this is called Murphy's Community Center, home to the Alley, which every Thursday night has bowleroke, which is bowling and karaoke together. It is the most fun ever. So if you guys are looking for something to do next Thursday, head to the Alley. On our left here, we have 2 buildings. They're called St. Paul's Parish buildings. Sorry. So you guys, they kind of like a black grime, kind of like a black film on them. And that's not from fire or coal or smoke or anything like that. It's actually from a chemical process called oxidization. So these rocks, they're brought into PEI from different parts of Canada. And when they got here, they reacted with our moist, humid, salty air that we have on PEI, which created that black grime, that black kind of film that you see. Oxidization is the same thing that happens with rust, so it helps you visualize it. You can kind of imagine that as like rust on the building. Now right next door we have a building that has 0 black grime. That's called St. Paul's Anglican Church. And the reason it has none of that black grime is because it was made using island sandstone. So the island sandstone obviously never had to get used to our climate on PEI, never went through that process of oxidization. Now I'm just going to change the topic a little bit. Do I have any Canadians on board today? Any Canadians aboard? Oh, nice, almost everybody. Anybody not from Canada? Nice, nice, a whole team of Canadians. Awesome, awesome. Well, if you guys are feeling a little homesick while you're in PEI, if you're missing home a little bit, I've got your solution. It's on our left here. There's 1 rock from every province and territory in Canada. So if you are feeling a little homesick, maybe go find your rock and, I don't know, shed a few tears on it or something and then keep on enjoying PEI. Anybody from New Brunswick aboard? Anybody from New Brunswick? Okay, a few. The New Brunswick rock is by far, out of all the rocks, the smallest of them all. You can see the average size, like boulders, average size about the size of my body. The New Brunswick rock is about the size of my palm. So not sure what happened with that. But now it's cool, it's literally up on a pedestal because it was so small that you can't really see it in the ground. So yeah, it's up on a pedestal, which is cool. And then right here, this is the back side of Province House. It looks the exact same as the front side. That's because Province House is perfectly symmetrical. So you can cut it in half anyway, always look the exact same on both sides. It's kind of cool. And that brings us on to the other side of Great George Street. Lots of great places to eat, lots of good little coffee shops and beans. Leonard's. Further down, we'll see Timothy's. There's also a cool mural of lobster here on our right. And then coming up on our right, we'll see a kind of brownish gray building. It's called Hop Yard. Hop Yard's a restaurant, and it's great for 3 different reasons. So first off, drinks. Hop Yard has lots of really good East Coast drinks. Secondly, food. Hop Yard changes their menu every 2 weeks, so you can never get tired of Hop Yard, which is cool. Also, always half their menu is vegetarian, so if you're a vegetarian, Hop Yard's a good place to go. And lastly, Hop Yard has vinyl records in the middle of the restaurant, so you can go through and sift through them. If there's one you like, you can pick it out and be like, hey, please put this on, and they will. So very cool. So that's there on our right. If you guys want your own vinyl records, coming up on the left, you'll see a place called Back Alley Music, which is the best place in Charlottetown to get music needs. And then further down, we'll see Cedar's Eatery. Above Cedar's is a place called Bubba's Lounge. And Bubba's is where I will be partying tonight for Canada Day. So if you guys want to party with me later, meet me in at Bubba's Lounge. Right here, this is the Old Triangle, an Irish pub. So if you guys will pay me a Guinness, that's the place to be. On the other side, this is called the Gene Canfield Building. The Gene Canfield Building is known as one of the greenest buildings in all of Canada. That's because it has solar panels all along the sides, also has solar panels on the top. It also has rain collectors on the top, which got some use today. And the water that they collect, these are for non-drinking purposes in the building. So think stuff like flushing toilets and dishwashers, that kind of stuff. Alright, actually, one of our nicknames is Green from Canada. We're very environmentally friendly. We've got lots of nicknames on PEI. The Green Province, the birthplace of Confederation, and Gentle Island. Now, as far as the Green Province goes, I love it as a nickname, but I find it kind of ironic considering we spend most of the year covered in white. So here we don't get very cold. We average about -5, -10 degrees, so not too bad. But we get a ton of snow. On average, we get 7 to 10 feet of snow, which is kind of ridiculous, I know. And then the most snow we ever got was 3 years ago. We got over 17 feet of snow in one winter. And to make it even worse, we had a green Christmas that year. So we literally had no snow until January, and then we were just buried under 17 feet. Anyway, on our right here, this big yellow home, this is called Fitzroy Hall. Fitzroy Hall was originally built for a family of 18. Not too many families of 18 around anymore, so now it's a bed and breakfast. Oh, can you honk a little bit, Mark? Hey. So beside Fitzroy Hall, there's a beige home. That beige home is number 222. And above the 222 on the home, you guys will see a circular brass plaque right there. Now that's called a heritage plaque. So heritage plaques are put in homes all around Charlottetown. They signify that they're heritage homes. And all these plaques will have a name and a date. So the name would just be the first owners of the building or what the building was originally intended to be used for. And the date be the date that that building was built. So they're pretty cool. Current owners of heritage homes, however, aren't allowed to change anything about the outside of the home. So even if they just want to like paint the shutters, they can only pick from a select palette of colors to keep it historically accurate. So they're cool, but also kind of a pain in the butt to own. Anyway, I think we'll see some more down the road. Actually, I don't know, we will, because we'll be doing a detour. Usually we go all the way through Victoria Park, but Victoria Park is closed today because of the Canada Day festivities. I'll tell you a bit more about things to do at Victoria Park. But first off, I'll tell you a bit about PEI in the 1800s. So back in the 1800s, we had a very wealthy shipbuilding industry. So men and women would build huge ships and they'd sail them down to the States, maybe over to Europe, where they'd sell them at super high prices, and then they'd just hitchhike back home. So that's how we got really rich here in PEI, and then the steamship was introduced and the whole industry completely stopped. Anyway, so I just wanted to mention that a little bit because I'm going to talk about it later. Anyway, so yeah, we're going to miss Victoria Park on the tour, which is fine. You guys will probably be exploring it later. You've probably already been there today. Victoria Park is the main place that people go to see the fireworks show that's happening tonight. So they say that it starts at 10:30. They said rain or shine, but a few years ago they canceled the fireworks show because of rain. So anyway, it's not raining right now though, so hopefully that doesn't happen. So yeah, most people go to Victoria Park but it's also the busiest spot to go as well. So I'll give you guys some local tips. Anywhere that you can see the harbor, you'll be able to see the fireworks. So even like the Harbor Hippo kiosk where you guys bought your tickets, you can watch the fireworks from there. If you don't care about the sound and you don't really care about hearing the fireworks, then I'd recommend actually going to the other side of the harbor to a place called Fort Amherst. Now, if you guys are interested in that, I can give you some directions and some maps later. Where are you going, Mark? Cool. Awesome. Yeah, let my car go up. Yeah, only the ones with heritage plaques, so not all the homes, but the ones with heritage plaques, yeah. That would have been colors that they would have used. It might not be the exact original color, because the homeowners who own it now might have wanted to change it, but they're not allowed to change it without approval by the Heritage Board. The Heritage Board would only approve a color that was accurate in the 1800s. Victoria Park is also having a thing called a still competition, so stills like chainsaws and axes and stuff. It started about 15 minutes ago at 6:30 and it goes until 8:30. So our tour will be done around 7:40, so you still have plenty of time to run over and catch the end of it. It's actually the Canadian Championships happening, so a pretty big deal. So Victoria Park is 37 acres of green land, and it was actually donated to us by our second Lieutenant Governor. Originally, all of Victoria Park was supposed to be the land of the Lieutenant Governor, his yard, but our second Lieutenant Governor, a guy named Edmund Fanning, decided to donate it as a gift to the city under the direction of the Queen, of course. Fun fact, Queen Victoria has never seen Victoria Park. She never saw it before she died, so she had no idea what this whole park named after her looked like. Hello. So this is the Lieutenant Governor's house up here. He has a nice big mansion. We'll get a glimpse of it in a second. Our current Lieutenant Governor is a guy named the Honorable Frank Lewis. Oh, he's a cool guy. Met him a few times. So he lives in this big white home with his wife. And this home is historically where royalty would stay if they ever came for a visit to PEI. And then through there, you'll get a glimpse of all the people at Victoria Park. And then on our right here, we're going to see a nice big yellow home. It's called Beaconsfield right here. Beaconsfield was built in 1877 by a guy named James Peake. And James was a very wealthy shipbuilder on PEI. So whenever he built Beaconsfield, it was the first home in Charlottetown with modern luxuries of its time. So it had stuff like central heating, gas lighting, running water, that type of stuff. Now, the first night they moved in, they went in, they lit up all their gas lights. But the poor neighbors who had never seen gas lights before had no idea what was going on. They thought that the house was burning down. So they came running over with buckets of water, and they started throwing buckets of water in the windows, which I imagine would be a little traumatic, you know, your first night in a new home, all your neighbors are throwing water in the windows. Anyway, the Peaks didn't care, they just invited everybody in for a housewarming party. Again, no pun intended on housewarming. Now, Charlottetown had the luxury of being planned before it was built, whereas lots of cities just kind of happened. Charlottetown was planned, and whenever they planned it, they left 4 areas to be open, green, public parks. So we're going to see one of them up here on our left. This is called Rochford Square. It's probably the prettiest, but I wouldn't say it's the most interesting. A couple blocks over, there's another square that we won't see today called Connaught Square. And Connaught Square was the point of the last public hanging of British North America. I'll tell you guys a story really quick. So there's a guy named George Dowie who came here from Nova Scotia, and George got in a bar fight with another man over a woman. He ended up accidentally killing the guy that he was fighting with, so he's sentenced to death by hanging here on PEI. So we put him up, and he says last words, and the rope broke. Poor George fell 15 feet to the guy, he's knocked unconscious. We didn't really know what to do in Charlottetown, so we just tried again a second time. The second time that we tried to take poor old George, the cleat, the thing that holds the rope, snapped. And George fell a second time, 15 feet to the ground. Now by the third time around, the people of Charlottetown are kind of getting excited, because if you ever got out of 3 public hangings for any reason, you got to go free. It's a weird law that we had. So third time around, more than half the city was watching. Sadly, we were successful the third time around. Anyway, the whole thing is way too traumatic, so we never had another one. Take a look in the last door here. You'll be able to see a cool 1929 America La France fire truck. Yeah. And then beside the fire department, we'll see a big bell sitting on the ground of the City Hall. That bell there is called Big Donald. Now, Big Donald used to be hung up in the towers. It would have been run if there was ever a fire in the city. It's on the ground now because we headed up in the towers, and it fell. We thought, whatever, that's fine. Got some other rope, put it back up. Then it fell a second time, which is why we got lazy and decided to leave it there. I guess you could say that we're not very good at hanging things on PEI. On the right there, that's the Bookman, the best bookshop in all of Charlottetown. They have a whole PEI section, so if you're not from here, you can check that out. By the way, we are on Queen Street now, which is definitely the best street in Charlottetown. I have a lot of things to point out, so I'm going to be talking really fast. Let me know if you miss anything. On our left here, this is Cow's Ice Cream. If you guys have not had a chance to try Cow's, I think that should be the first thing you do after the tour. So you can see in the window, it was named Canada's Best Ice Cream by Reader's Digest. And it was also named #1 ice cream in the world by Talk World Discovery, another magazine, so check it out. I personally am lactose intolerant, but luckily for you guys, I tried all the
Can we get the navel shot? Can you do a video outside? Can you hold it for me?
On our left here is the Confederation
I'll go to see, like, we see the Coast Guard,
also known as the Confed Center.
Yeah.
The Confed Center is home to Canada's longest running musical. And of Green Gables, and is in her 53rd year on PEI, so a long time running.
So the distance right here is not too
Down on
bad.
the corner here, we'll see a place called the Guild. The Guild is home to Anne and Gilbert. Anne and Gilbert's kind of like the sequel to Anne of Green Gables. It's an awesome musical. On our left, this is Victoria Row. Victoria Row is the only pedestrian street in Charlottetown. Lots of great places to eat down there. Also on our left is Anne of Green Gables Chocolates, where you can get chocolate-covered potato chips, which honestly, don't knock it till you try it. They're the perfect mix of sweet and salty. They're really, really good. On our left here is Sim's Steakhouse and Oyster Bar, the best oysters in town, hands down. Beside that is the PEI Liquor Store, which is important because here at PEI we have the most liquor stores per capita for any province in Canada, which is pretty cool. We also have the most churches per capita, the most lighthouses per capita, the most streetlights per capita. My personal favorite, the most Tim Hortons per capita. So lots of awesome stuff here at PEI. On our right here, this place with the red door, that's called Piatto. Piatto's an authentic Italian place, so if you want pizza, go there. And beside that is the Kettle Black. Kettle Black is hands down my favorite coffee shop in all of Charlottetown. So if you want some coffee tomorrow, go to the Kettle Black. On the corner here, this place is called, somebody say excuse me. Yeah, what's up?
How many Tim Hortons you guys got here?
I don't know the number of Tim Hortons. I don't know. Me and my dad tried to count them once, but no idea. I haven't toured them all on the island yet.
We have around 40 in Moncton.
40 in Moncton.
Yeah.
See, ours is for the whole province, so it's different.
Yeah.
I bet you if it was city, Moncton might win. So, that place there, that's called the Merchant Man. It's one of my favorite restaurants in Charlottetown. They have hands down the best nachos in all of Charlottetown. You guys can trust me, I've had all the nachos in Charlottetown, so I know. Anyway, check it out. Now, if you guys are looking for gifts for somebody while you're here, all of these shops right here, so Broomsdale, Garnish, Firmino, Rye up here, all these places are great places to go to get gifts for somebody. It's also a really good way to actually support Islanders and not just buy a gift from a big old souvenir shop or something like that, so keep that in mind. On the other side of these brick buildings, there's a little shopping area called Peaks Quay. Peaks Quay has lots of cool shops and boutiques. It's also the point of the nearest Cow's Ice Cream for the tour, so if you guys want some cows, head over to Peaks. There's also a store in Peaks Quay called the PEI Red Dirt Shirt Store. I don't know if you guys have heard of this, but they take white t-shirts and they soak them and marinate them basically in our PEI red dirt until they come out a cool reddish brown color. It doesn't come off when you wash them. Anybody know why we have red soil here at PEI? Iron, exactly. So we have a super high iron content in our soil. This iron, when it reacts with the oxygen, creates that red kind of rusty color that you see. Now this iron isn't just good for a cool red rusty color, it's also awesome for potatoes! Here at PEI, we are the #1 producer of potatoes. But this spot, eh? Yeah, so we're the #1 producer of potatoes for all of Canada. We produce 1/3 of all the potatoes for this country. On our left here, this place is called Waterprince Corner Shop. One of the best places to go in Charlottetown for some seafood. Was it good?
Yeah,
Was it good? Awesome. Right over there, there's a little food truck that just started. It's called Waffle Street. You can guess what they sell. So on top of being lactose intolerant, I'm also celiac, which if you guys don't know what that means, it just means I can't eat gluten. If you don't know what has gluten in it, just imagine everything that's good in the world, and it probably has gluten. So like bread, cookies, cake, beer, all that stuff. I can't have any of it. So I haven't tried that, but you guys should go and check it out and tell me if it's good or not. Right here, this is Founders Hall, the main visitor information center for Charlottetown. Inside Founders Hall is Dave's Lobster, which has the best lobster roll in all of Charlottetown. Now beside our kiosk is the Chip Shack. Chip Shack closes at 7, so you guys will